resistance is a cauldron of pressure, and that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to the home of the Colorado Buffaloes, Boulder, Colorado. As we'll see the national champions from last year, the Florida International Panthers, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Colorado Buffaloes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. So the kick goes out of bounds, and the ball will be placed at the 40 to start this drive. Defense wants to bring the heat. They'll give it to the back. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. And the Buffaloes can really attack on this second and short. Grabbed behind the line, it's York. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Now they'll face 3rd and 4 in their first possession of the game. Looking to throw, it's small. Unloads it left. He's got it. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Under fire. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Wants to go on top. Rushes on him. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
This defense talked about it coming into this football game. We've got to affect the quarterback. We got to rattle him. We got to hit him early. How about this? First drive, 2 sacks already. So far, mission accomplished.
Caught behind the line. It's Casey. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Buffaloes line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line. The Panthers offense will have its first possession of the game. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sunday.
Yeah, and these guys can both stress at defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names. You know, brand versus brand. Big-time baller versus big-timer baller. Trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line. Being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Pass the sticks, and he may get more. Oh, there's an alley on the left. He's at the 40. At the 20. Touchdown, FIU. He got a step and just dusted the field.
Well, this this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
Finds his target down the middle. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Colorado. They were really excited about the pickup they got last week. Commitment from a 3-star defensive back, David. And when programs at this level can get guys like that in the building, everybody celebrates.
That whole building gets excited because transfer pool is one thing, but high school recruiting, when you can get somebody out of high school with some raw tools that are really good, you can see the future could be bright. You take those guys, you try to develop them instead of going into the transfer pool.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Wants to throw. It's small. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
We talked to the offensive staff coming into this one. They knew going up against the top 25 defense with respect to sacks per game that they had to do a good job protecting the QB, but they have not been able to get that done so far. They've already now allowed 3 sacks in this game.
They stop him short, and we'll have a big 4th down coming. And the Buffaloes will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Catches it at the 15. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Got the 1st down. Looking for more. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
Run it with the fullback. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll run it from the gun. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Panthers come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Fights off a defender. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44.
Nice job by this offense converting the 3rd down. Listen, 3rd and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. 3rd downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here. The Panthers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. The give to the tailback. Oh, he's got some space. Rolls inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and now they're threatening.
And there's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense has got it rolling on the ground.
FIU comes out with a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the hot hand. And that's a very productive first down play in bringing up 2nd and 3.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. And the Panthers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Backs looking for the goal line. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? They're going to run it. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. The Panthers headed quickly to the line. Keeping it on the ground on 3rd and goal. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
First snap of this drive will come from their own 32.
Get set.
Running to the left. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
I think the offensive coordinators over there going, thank goodness we don't play them every week. This defense has been suffocating. This offense got to find something moving forward that they can hang their hat on. Some kind of identity. Today they were
intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments.
Bringing it back. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
Man, this is a guy who just seems to get better as the game goes on. What a run getting his offense down close to the goal line.
So nice creating explosive runs in the run game. Now you're getting in the red inside the 5. Go punch this in and get a touchdown.
Takes a snap, wants to throw. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield, it's small. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Here's the pressure. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
And how about that back-to-back sacks? You want 2 sacks in a game. That's a great game. He is flying around, getting to that quarterback and getting him on the ground.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. That's caught. It's York. He is denied. Cannot get to the first down marker, and it's 4th down coming. And the Buffaloes will send out the punt unit. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Final play of the quarter coming. The run to the left. And he'll pick up a few yards before he's dragged down, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and FIU is on top. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. And the Panthers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Just needs the running back. Turning it on. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead. And now, when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed and so much skill. At running back, receiver, tight end, the quarterback making good decisions. It is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays.
Nice catch along the sidelines, but they get nothing out of it. FIU pushing tempo. Back to pass. Zings it complete to the right. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. A first down run in the red zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida International.
You talk about going on the road and making a statement. 27-0. Hostile environment be danged. You talk about home field advantage. Well, it hasn't worked. They have come in and had answers and started this first half as good as you possibly can.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Panthers!
I think there were a lot of doubters that wondered how this team was going to be able to handle this environment and whether or not they could find success early in this game. They have proved all of those doubters wrong. They have been dominant in every phase, on offense, on defense, and on special teams, and they are piling it on here early in this game on the road.
And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Dropping back, it's Small. And the defense, got him at the 27.
And if your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks. That's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response. This offensive line has no response. Just a sack party.
Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Firing to the right, complete. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. The Buffaloes send out the punt unit. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Signal goes into the air, and he makes the fair catch at the 10. The Florida International offense is back on the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up.
There he goes. And there they go again. Another huge gain on the ground.
Man, sometimes it just gets frustrating, and you've just been beat down all day. This defense hasn't had answers, but now you can't let them run the football and just run it down your throat and be physical. This defense has to do something different and find a way to make something happen.
Let's go. Toss sweep. Try to get it outside to the right. Turns it on in midfield. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting 1st downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
FIU pushing tempo. They'll go to the ground. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And he dropped it. Just didn't look the thing all the way in.
Man, the defense, they haven't had an answer for this guy. He has been lighting them up in the pass game early and often so far, and that time just not able to hook up with his quarterback.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. He's not going to make it to the sticks, and what a stop against one of the best 3rd down offenses in the country. Trying to keep this drive alive. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. Trying to power it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, FIU.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half.
29 Philly.
Complete on the shuffle. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. And the Buffaloes will line up to punt it away. This will be the 5th kick of the night. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Shakes off the defender. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They'll leave it with it. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right at the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10.
Cookie, banner, banner, banner. Okay, ready?
They'll send the back in motion. Wants to throw on first down. They get to him as he throws. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
Quick strike complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
No doubt, offense wants to keep running the football to win this game, but I'm wondering if they're starting to go to the well too often. They got to start showing some new wrinkles here in the second half.
How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out.
Cricket.
Looking for a man. It's small. Hauls it in. There he goes down the right side. Touchdown, Bucks! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
He does a really nice job getting the snap, getting the ball to his wide receiver in stride so he continued to run full speed and make all those yards after the catch and get all the way to the end zone.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. Georgia State handled its business today away from home. What a thorough beatdown. And what poise this generally young team showed. I think even other coaches will point to this one as what's possible. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9.
Military stop.
Leaves it with the running back. And the defense expected the run, and they got it. No gain. He just gets it back to the 2.
Yeah, on offense, this is a tough place to run the football. Back in your own end, the defense is expecting you to do it, and that's why they're loading the box. This is a great opportunity to take a shot.
Breaks into the open. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Panthers.
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They score again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the second half?
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive.
Here we go.
Looking for a man. It's small. Under fire. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Listen, end of the first half, that's exactly what you want to do. You don't care about the incompletion. You're chucking that thing up, trying to make a big play, trying to get the Hail Mary.
He'll take another shot here. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in Boulder. And this linebacker has left his big old paw prints all over this first half. He's been clogging running lanes and forcing turnovers, and even when he's not doing something that shows up on the stat sheet, he's preventing that offense from doing so. A young man with all-American potential. With that said, let's send it back to the fellas at Folsom Field.
The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. Trying to set the tone with the run. Pushes forward for 3 out to the 13.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. 1st and 10 for the offense. The inside handoff. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going. It squarely falls on the shoulder.
Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
FIU set up with another 1st down.
22.
Out of the gun, the inside give. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The Panthers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go.
27, jump.
From the shotgun, the inside give. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this 2nd half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
FIU comes out with a fresh set of downs.
I'll say, watching this offense this year, one of the things you have to be really happy about is their ability to move the sticks. This is one of the top 25 offenses in the country in getting first downs. That running back is one of the biggest reasons. He is a weapon.
And the Panthers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The hand to the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because the first down you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on 3rd down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win.
He's got it. 1st down and more. He'll be run out of bounds at the 14.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down, but they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for it.
Headed to the end zone, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida International. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Looking to throw, it's small. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the 3rd quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they had made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Snags it on the right. Open spaces. He's at the and he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Buffaloes!
A lot of times you see those receivers, as soon as they get by the DBs, you know, that hand goes straight up in the air. I got him. I got to step on him. He got to step on him, and the ball was thrown perfectly out in front. You could see he runs underneath it, gets it, and gets the long touchdown on the go route.
The Florida International offense is back on the field. And even after that last score, still working with a great big cushion. Working that left side now. Still on his feet at the 40. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the 3rd quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
Power football with the run.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
Looking to fire. Scrambling away. Trying to escape and get it himself. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a 1st down. Looking downfield on 1st down. With the catch, it's Cotton. Turning it on. They kept him out of the end zone, but not before he gets it to the 1-yard line, and it'll be 1st and goal.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Panthers!
Mano-a-mano, the offensive line gets it done, driving the defense back, creating an easy lane for that running back.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He's stopped dead in his tracks. Again, no running room to be found. They keep trying it and have had very little success. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10.
Let's go!
The RPO, it's complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Back to throw. It's small. Flips it out on the screen. There he goes. Gets away from one. He's got space. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. Buffaloes have it with a 1st and 10. Defense might bring the house here. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
This is just so demoralizing. You want to talk about taking a game over. That's what this defense is doing right now. They are just winning in the trenches. They're easily the more athletic and more physical unit up front, dominating this O-line.
Pressure coming. He'll try to do it himself. At the 45 on his way. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the 1st down. Now you got to keep it going.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. On target to the left. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the 2nd half moving forward.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. So now it's 2nd and long.
The offense thought they had a good look to run that play into with the QB, but there's just an example of a defender winning his one-on-one battle and making a tremendous play. Great effort by him.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from...
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
And it's knocked away and incomplete, denying a big play on the final snap of the third quarter. Fourth quarter is coming up. We reached the break. It's FIU with the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
To the air on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Cotton. Breaks into the open. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Give to the big fullback. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Brings up second down.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down.
Let's go.
They'll power it inside with the fullback. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make the play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver was going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Quarterback on the move, still looking. Throwing on the run. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. And even in the fourth quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive, pedal to the metal.
On the play. Second down coming up.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Sticks it in his belly. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. He's got it on the move. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down.
Really nice play call there because the defense might have been thinking on 3rd and short in the red zone. They're probably going to run the football. Instead, they throw it, catch him off guard, and now they've got 1st and goal.
They shut him down immediately. They tried to pop the fullback loose, and no running room there. Well, that was just like trying to run through a traffic jam. No place for the big fella to go.
Yeah, that's the whole key, Reese. You can't let the big fella get some steam. So you got to...
Max going for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, FIU. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
How about this defense? No mercy. Like, listen, I know we're up big, but they are still hunting, still flying around, still chasing, still making life really miserable for this offense.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. The Buffaloes will bring the punt team onto the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. And the returner is stopped. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, you know, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Unleashes one. Complete to the right. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
And they've been fun to watch today, man. Like, they're staying aggressive late in the game. They've built a cushion. They've built a lead. But you could just tell the confidence and the swagger they have. They've been able to do what they want today, take care of business. And this is an offense that I think is going to continue to grow.
Punts it out of the air. Oh, he's got some space. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. With the run on first and goal. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. They'll run it to the left looking for the end zone. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. FIU pushing tempo. Third and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Got his man quickly. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Man, the red zone, the field starts to shrink as a defense. I don't drop as far in my drops now. I got to understand, I'm getting back quick. That ball's going to come out. Nice job by the defense reacting to the pass and going and making a fit.
Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Defense showing heavy blitz at the line. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. On the move, it's Proctor. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking to throw. He'll off one deep down the left side. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete. And the Buffaloes decide to punt it away.
And this is a tough spot for the QB, man. Like, he knows he's down big and has to make big plays down the field, but also got to be smart, because this defense, you can tell, bringing in extra bodies, playing the pass, maybe take the dink and dunk, let your guys make some plays, because they are definitely playing the deep ball.
Drive from their own 42-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They stop him just a link or two short of the 1st, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here.
And there's no mercy rule in college football. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter, and they're still staying aggressive. They're still throwing the football, going out and executing, working on their craft. They've got bigger fish coming up down the road, bigger games. So you got to keep sharpening the tools, and that's what you're seeing here in the 4th quarter.
The Panthers have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Wants to go up top. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. And the Panthers come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. Looking to throw for it. He lofts one down the sideline. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Cricket. Finds his big tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback, who makes a sure tackle. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like, they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
And the Buffaloes will call on their punt team. They'll look to pin them deep. Now on the return. No chance for any kind of return there. They were all over him as soon as he caught the football. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Wants to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down, still trying to execute their offense, still trying to make big plays, and they've had a great day so far.
Here comes the heat. Got it in stride inside the 20. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown. Defense looks like they're coming. That's caught. It's Proctor. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. Clock is stopped. Timeout used by the defense. 14 seconds left. Looking downfield on first down. And the rush will get to him at the 25. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. The Buffaloes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Finds the tight end. Timeout is called with just a single second left. One more play to pad the stats. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the pass goes incomplete, and that's going to do it. Clock strikes 0, ball game is over. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominating performance.
Got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All 3 phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you. Put up a bunch of points and win by a lot of points.